Welcome to Section 420, Talkin Yankees, the podcast. Well, Yankees dropped yet another series to Tampa, and the AL East rival Yankees go in there facing a team again with a sub-500 record. You figure it'd be some easy wins for the Yankees, and perhaps even be nice to get a sweep. But no, of course, Yankees dropped 2 or 3, and only the one game they did win, almost kind of lucky there, was by a 2-1 score. So it's not exactly like the Yankee offense broke out there. And again, it was a game they could, again, easily just have lost. Just luckily, Stroman and as well as the bullpen able to piece it together. But again, the Yankees could lose now. This is the 8th series now. They haven't been able to win and have a big weekend showdown with the Baltimore Orioles. And the Yankees just really got to be just counting their blessings that Baltimore has also been sliding as well. The Yankees only find themselves 2 games back in the AL East. So, quick look at the series, but not really much about the series. There's some of the other news regarding the Rays and Aaron Judge, kind of interesting twist. So before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this podcast, Section 420 Talkin Yankees, the podcast. And afterwards, make sure you hop on YouTube, look for Section 420 Talkin Yankees there as well, and subscribe. So Yankees, after a miserable start to July, piggybacking off their miserable ending of June, continue to lose there. And really, the third game there. Now, look, the Yankees lost 4-5 there, and there was a big moment in the 8th inning. The Yankees did get screwed over. The Yankees had 2 on with Trevino up, a 3-0 count, and the ball was clearly high. The umpire called it a strike, and Matt Blake balked there. He got thrown out of the game, and what could have been really a big run inning for the Yankees was snuffed out by a bad call. I mean, the Yankees would have had bases loaded, and again, doesn't guarantee they would have won the game, stuff like that, but looks like they were getting primed to put a crooked number there up on the board with the line about to turn over there, and the Yankees dropped that final game 5-4, again, lose another series there. But Yankees got a few issues right now. This looks like on the injury front, Juan Soto, you could tell something is wrong with him. I mean, his average has dipped under 300 there. As we all know, he's been dealing with the sore forearm. That's kind of at least been healing a little bit. But now this sore hand, which he got from sliding in that game in Toronto there, which it was only out for one game after that. But you could tell it's been balking on him, and he did admit it that it's still bothering him, and you could tell because he did hit a home run in the final game there, but you could just see he's not 100%. Which is probably why his average has dipped under 300, where it just seemed like he was a Lou Gehrig or like Babe Ruth, during the first 2 months of the season. Still a good player, don't get me wrong, but he's not up to 100%. Again, probably part of the reason the Yankees have been struggling, at least on the offensive side there. Now, he says it hurts him when he swings and misses. That's where it hurts. If he swings and makes contact, it's fine, but when he misses, that's when he feels it bothers him. But he's going to continue on. He says this works with the trainers, and he's just hoping at some point it just goes away. But definitely something the Yankees have to worry about. And DJ LeMahieu, taking a beating in the middle of the game there. I'll give him his props, even though I've been beating up on him. Hasn't been producing much for the Yankees, but did get hit in the pinky by a pitch. Didn't swell on him, so he stayed in the game. And also fouling a ball off his neck, which could not be fun. But again, toughing it out, staying in there because, again, the Yankees bench isn't exactly deep right now. So I'll give DJ some props there. But again, offensively, still not getting it done for the Yankees. And I have to assume Cashman's looking to make a move for third base to get a productive third baseman that could produce and put numbers up, hit some home runs and drive the ball and get some doubles and add to this offense because, again, DJ's not doing enough there. But I found an interesting story with the Yankees. I guess picking up Tim Meza. Now, you might remember him. He was a former Blue Jay pitcher, recently released by the organization. Now, he was the one who gave up Judge's 61st home run there, so a little Yankee history. But he's been struggling. But, of course, this Yankee bullpen, Brian Cashman's been tinkering it the whole way. I don't think they have it, obviously, right where he wants it to be. I would expect some big moves around the trade deadline. But again, this is the latest pickup, his kind of bargain basement Dollar Tree moves by Brian Cashman, giving Meza a shot. Now, so far this season has not been good for the 32-year-old. In 35 appearances, he's pitching to an 8.03 ERA, so he was the only reliever with an ERA over 8. But the Yankees are hoping to maybe recapture some of the magic he had a couple of seasons ago. Now, he did go Tommy John surgery in late 2019. He missed the rest of that season and all of 2020, as we know, because it was shortened with the COVID, but then did blossom between the 2021 season and the 2023 season. He collectively pitched to a 2.67 ERA there. So I guess maybe not being too old, that maybe the Yankees feel that they'll look at some of the stats in terms of his ground ball ratio, his strikeout ratio, and they feel maybe he's gotten the bad side of some balls that were hit so far this season that might have undone him. Whereas maybe if he was in a different situation, maybe those would have been strikeouts, would have been ground outs. So the Yankees maybe hopefully to recapture some of that. So they signed him to a minor league deal. So again, it's worth taking a flyer on to see what he got. The Yankees kind of, again, still not really settled on a lefty. They brought in Tim Hill a couple of weeks ago. He hasn't been terrible. But Caleb Ferguson, of course, just I can't stand him. I mean, every time he comes in, he serves up a home run. He's pitching to an ERA over 5. You can see at some point they want to relieve him. They already got rid of Victor Gonzalez, who we saw he was floundering. So the Yankees still trying to figure out the lefty situation. Again, I think they're holding down the fort right now with Ferguson and Tim Hill there. But I mean, at some point you probably will see Meza in there. Just as another option for the Yankees as they continue to tinker with this bullpen. But out of this Rays series, I guess the most surprising story was this news that came out that supposedly the Rays did make an offer to Aaron Judge when he was a free agent after the 2022 season, and it seemed was a respectable offer of $300 million. Now, people might be a little shocked there, but you got to remember, this is a Rays team that, I mean, yes, they have a low payroll. That's the way they are. But a couple of seasons ago, they did lock in Wander Franco to an 11-year, $182 million contract. So, in certain situations, they would spend the money and do have the opportunity to do that. So, it shouldn't come as a huge surprise. And you see for the Rays that, probably would have been a good pickup if they could have landed Judge. Maybe they feel like they could convert some Yankee fans down there. And, of course, he's a big draw. And in that ballpark, imagine Aaron Judge in that ballpark, which is an absolute bandbox. I mean, he would probably have 60, 70 home runs there. So you can understand the incentive of why the Rays would want to go after him. But again, I kind of just found that as a little interesting story that slipped out there. And Judge said, it was a respectable offer. Again, who knows how serious the Rays were in that. But then I did find that interesting. And as I said before, the Yankees right now find themselves 2 games back in the AL East and just really have to consider them lucky that Baltimore hasn't really run away with this division as they could have. I mean, just the way the Yankees have been playing lately, they really should be 8 to 10 games back. Luckily, find themselves 2 games back now. It's in Baltimore. They do have Garrett Cole to kick it off. I mean, that's kind of good news a little bit. But again, this Yankee team really floundering right now. Really offensively, more on the offensive side. Pitching maybe finally getting back a little bit more stable. I mean, he did get a clunker by Rendon in the first game there, but again, you still got to worry about this offense, and now the fact that Soto, which we all kind of figured, not 100% there. Again, this could be a very bloody weekend for the Yankees. I mean, if they get swept and just drop, you're looking down and they've dropped 5 games back there, and just before entering the All-Star game there, this is really a bad hole there. So let's see what happens. I mean, I don't expect the Yankees to sweep Baltimore, and I don't expect the Yankees to take 2 out of 3. But if they could just win one of these games over the weekend, I'd almost kind of accept that and just move on. This is the way this team's playing. Is not good right now. This, again, 8 series in a row where they have not been able to get a series win there. So that's the episode. You saw now Tim Meza, New York Yankee, right now in the minors. At some point they'll call him up. Rays maybe were willing to spend the big bucks on Aaron Judge, but of course the bigger news is that the Yankee slide continues. So we'll catch you next time.